This video provides you with an overview of demand forecasting for Dynamics AX from Farsight Solutions. Demand forecasting is a fully integrated module that is sold by over 20 authorized Dynamics AX partners around the world. It generates demand forecasts for use by AX master planning and is developed within Dynamics AX, so requires no interfacing of data. As a result, it can be implemented much more quickly than third-party forecasting products. Before we look at the product itself, let's look at why forecasting is so important. Without forecasts, AX master planning can't look ahead, so effectively uses reorder point logic to replenish stocks. This will lead to overstocking for any items where demand is seasonal or contains a trend. The only way to plan such items is to look ahead, which means you must forecast. The better you forecast, the better you will plan stocks. So what are the typical issues faced when planning stocks? Forecasting will definitely help to manage stocks better, but a forecasting tool needs to do more than simply calculate forecasts from demand history. It needs to be able to manage unusual demand and prevent it from affecting future forecasts. For example, demand may be low one month because of a stockout, and high another month because of an unusually large order. It also needs to be able to generate forecasts for new items that have no demand history, as well as managing items with intermittent or erratic demand. Lastly, a forecasting tool needs to have latest information at all times, so needs to be fully integrated with the stock management system that uses the forecasts. Demand forecasting for Dynamics AX from Farsight Solutions is a fully functional forecasting module that addresses these issues. Better still, it is certified by Microsoft for Dynamics AX, so it conforms to Microsoft standards and is endorsed by Dynamics AX customers who are using it. Let's now look at the module itself. Here we see the main forecast review screen, where forecasts are compared to demand history and can be manually adjusted. Items are grouped into user-defined item groups for ease of viewing forecasts and for managing forecasts at different grouping levels. Forecasts can be viewed either by item as they are here, or by item group. Customers may also be grouped for forecasting efficiency and accuracy. Two customer groupings are provided. These provide flexibility over the level at which forecasts are generated. In this example, forecasts are generated by customer industry type and sales rep, but they could equally be produced by geographic region, or a customer could be assigned its own group if you wish to forecast by customer. Forecasts can also be generated by item and any combination of an item's dimensions. In this example, we are forecasting by item, site and warehouse, but this can be configured differently for different items if you wish. We can make changes to forecasts on the screen if we wish. We will increase the February forecast for the first item. A change like this might be made to allow for external factors that the forecasting system isn't aware of. The manual adjustment we have made is shown separately in the bottom grid. This grid displays also the demand for the previous 2 years for the item, the base forecast calculated by the system, and any manual changes made to the forecasts. Forecasts can also be changed by adding the effect of promotions. In this example, you can see that a promotion is expected to increase the forecasts in May and June. If you wish to see how the base forecast was calculated, you can do so by displaying the General tab. In this case, the optimized forecasting formula has been selected, so the system has determined the best forecasting formula for the item's demand pattern and has selected exponential smoothing. A default forecasting formula can be set for the system as a whole and overridden at item group level or by individual item as required. We have just made a change to a forecast for a single item and a group of customers, but we can make changes at any level in the forecasting hierarchy. For example, we could make changes to forecasts for all customers by simply removing the customer grouping fields from the filter selection. If we make another change at this level, the change is automatically allocated down to the level we were at before. This time, let's make a percentage change to both March and April's forecasts. You can see that manual adjustments have been made in both months to the forecasts. The changes made over all customers are now automatically reflected in the forecasts for the individual customer groups. Forecasts can also be adjusted by value. Any changes made to values are also automatically reflected in the forecast quantities for the item or group of items. Forecasts can be reviewed online as we have seen, or they can be reviewed offline using Excel. Here you see an example of a spreadsheet used to review forecasts offline. Forecasts are compared to demand history and may be changed in a similar way as on the previous screens. When a spreadsheet is re-imported back into Dynamics AX, a manual adjustment is created exactly as if the change had been made within AX. These spreadsheets are tightly controlled by the system, so that demand forecasting always knows which are the latest spreadsheets it has exported, so it can prevent older versions from being accidentally imported. Some other features of demand forecasting for Dynamics AX are as follows. Forecasts can be generated and maintained in either weekly or monthly periods to accommodate the needs of different industries. Item supersession rules can be defined to automatically create demand history for a new item from one or more old items. Demand history for an item can be manually adjusted to correct it for unusual distortions in any period. A good example of this is where an item runs out of stock. If demand history is based on sales invoices, the history may have been unusually low in the stock-out period. Forecasts can be retained for future comparison with actual demand that is subsequently recorded. Forecast accuracy reporting will highlight forecasts that deviate significantly from demand, so the forecasts can be examined and a decision made on whether a different forecasting formula should be used for the item. To summarize, let's review the benefits of demand forecasting. A major benefit is stock reduction. Dynamics AX Master Planning provides a variety of replenishment options to manage stocks, all of which benefit from accurate forecasting, especially for items whose demand is seasonal or displays any significant trend. Demand forecasting for Dynamics AX is developed within AX, so can be implemented quickly to produce results. Users who are familiar with Dynamics AX will also benefit from demand forecasting's compliance with AX standards. Most importantly, no interfacing of data is required. Forecasts can be generated from existing transactions as soon as the module is installed. If you would like to learn more about demand forecasting for Dynamics AX, please visit our website for information on the product and our partners.